last time you're going to hear it all summer. Unless you decide differently. The second reason I asked for that moment of silence is to stress the importance of self-reflection and the question I posed. Why are you here? I've been asked to speak to you about the Fellows Pre-Service Training Program. As educators, we are public servants and need to go through rigorous preparations in order to be given the privilege to serve. Doctors have their residency, the armed forces have basic training, and correctional and police officers have boot camp. And we, the teachers of the New York City Teaching Fellows Program, have PST. So prepare your loved ones. You are going to be busy until August. I'm going to give you 5 pieces of advice to get you through PST. The first one's for free. This is a village here. Start to find your tribe. You're not going to make it unless you make those connections in this room. My first piece of advice is to find your why. And each one of my points is going to connect to this one. My second piece of advice is to embrace practice and self-discipline. And the reason your why needs to be important is because now we're getting into the physical aspects of training. And when I say physical, I mean physical. You will be up and role-playing scenarios in classrooms with other adults, and there will be times where you're going to get tired, when your practice seems extremely awkward. So when you're exhausted and you're stressed, your why enables you to be tenacious and persevere. So your why needs to be powerful. It can't be anything that's shallow or unrealistic, or else it won't work. There will be times when you are pushed to your limit, and you're about to engage in the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. But you were all chosen because you already possess the qualities that are needed to become a great teacher. But you are beginners, and you're going to struggle. So my third piece of advice is to be humble. You're going to need to be humble and accept those few low scores with the spirit that you're learning a craft and that takes time. One of my professors used to say that you can't cram for craft. Being humble allows you to gain insight from the plethora of teachers you'll come in contact with this summer. You must be humble when working with a summer school teacher who is opening their classroom to this experience. You need to carefully balance your talents and what you bring to the room, along with the cooperating teacher coach's experience and leadership in the field. Finally, being humble allows you to always be excited by your own growth. My fourth piece of advice is to check your biases. Repeat after me. We all have biases. If you have yet to embrace that statement or understand it, you will over the course of the equity sessions during the summer. You will not come into the field of education to adopt a child and get them safely into the NFL. That's not how this works. That's not how life works. You will confront thought patterns and belief systems that do not match your own, so check your biases. And if your why is strong enough, when you are confronted with those feelings of discomfort, you will face them. Because where you don't want to go, that is where your healing is. So stay woke. Teachers, please. The better person you are, the better teacher you are. Consider the equity sessions and our professionalism standards as your psychological exam. During these equity sessions, we will discuss uncomfortable topics of race and equity representation that are crucial to becoming a culturally relevant professional in our field. And it is imperative that you allow yourself to fully lean into these sessions so we can examine your heart, because out of the heart, the mouth speaks. We can teach you how to give directions. We can teach you how to stand and dress like a teacher, but if your heart isn't right, you're not allowed to serve our kids. That being said, my last piece of advice is to develop or strengthen your spiritual or self-care practice. We don't want PST to give you PTS. Whatever you do now, keep doing it. Set a bedtime, get a motivational video or music playlist to listen to. Say some affirmations, schedule time with your kids or your boo. Get a massage, run, exercise, meditate, watch bad TV, and eat good ice cream. Take a minute of silence to recenter yourself. And I'll leave you with a few affirmations that may help you grow through PST and not just go through it. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it matters how many times you get back up. It's not about you, it's about your why. When your why is strong enough, nothing can stop you. When your why is bigger than your obstacle, that obstacle ceases to exist. How bad do you want it? Where did you come from? Where can you not go back to? And where do you have to go? There will be times when directions are not clear. There will be times when someone cannot answer your question. There will be days when you fail. There will be times when you don't have to find the answers yourself. There will be times when you doubt yourself and doubt your calling. There will be many times when you instead are tested and your patience is worn and you're coming down to the why. The why is what's going to keep you motivated. You don't have to be great to be started, but you have to get started to be great. After every principle, there's a promise, and at the end of every teach value, there is a promise. If you're tenacious, weak people won't stop you, and you'll see challenges as opportunities. If you're excited, you'll embrace feedback because it makes you better. If you're agile, you will find solutions to the problems that you face. If you are hopeful, the tears that you shed won't be because of a breakdown, they'll be because of a breakthrough. Remember, it's PST. It has not come to stay, it has come to pass. Welcome to the New York City Teaching Fellows. Bring your best, it's time to teach.